Welcome everybody to Forza Motorsport 6, and today we're taking a look at the Turn 10 Select car pack. Now there wasn't a car pack out last month unfortunately, but yeah, it's finally back this month, and yeah, it's basically a car pack that has been selected via different people from Turn 10, and it features two completely different extremes to one another, and two cars that have never been featured in the series before in terms of their kind of specs. So yeah, the first one is a 1957 BMW Isetta 300 Export, and as you can see, it's a micro car. It's got normal kind of wheels at the front, but the two wheels at the back are really rather close together for stability and making it as small as possible. And yeah, it's the smallest, lightest, least powerful car on the game, as you can see, because it's only got 13 horsepower and 14 pounds-feet of torque and weighs 920 pounds. And it also has the smallest engine of any car in the game. It's got a 298cc one-cylinder four-stroke engine, microscopic engine quite frankly. And yeah, this is going to get a review of its own, like two of the other cars that are road cars on this game, on this car pack. So yeah, expect to see a full review of that soon. Moving on, it is all the way down. 2014 Chevrolet number 4 ROAL Motorsport RML Cruze TC1 WTCC. So yeah, just basically a racing car based on the normal Chevrolet Cruze. So yeah, front wheel drive, front engined, featuring I think it's a 2-litre inline 4 engine. The specs aren't really all that good on this game in terms of telling you the engine sizes, and can't actually look at it in the Forza Vista, but yeah, 370 horsepower, 332 pounds-feet of torque, weighing 2,425 pounds, so pretty light and pretty damn powerful as well. As you can see, acceleration is pretty decent, and so is the handling and braking. So yeah, like all the race cars that I do with on the car packs, I'll take it round for one lap and see what it can do. So see you when we get onto the track. So welcome to Brands Hatch. Like I said before, we're going to take this car around for one lap, see what it can do. So yeah, I'm not really into my racing cars, so yeah, don't know all that much about this car, but I know it won a couple of races in 2014, Hungary and China, I think. And yeah, it's driven by not only Tom Coronel, I think his name was, Coronel, but also by Tom Chilton, who I think you might have seen in a few episodes of Top Gear. But yeah, 0 to 60 in 4.190 seconds, which is pretty damn good. Obviously it's meant for more acceleration than top speed. 0 to 100 in 9.921 seconds, and it'll do 155 mile an hour, which is pretty damn good, because obviously this car's meant for more like acceleration, like I said, and handling and braking, not really about top speed. But still, 155 mile an hour is enough to sniff at, and especially if you can be doing that kind of speed when going around certain corners, because yeah, handling wise this is pretty damn good for a front wheel drive car. But yeah, I'm not really into racing cars, so yeah, I don't really have all that much to say about it, to be honest, other than that yeah, it's a decent handling car, and I'm sure if there are other cars it can go up against on this game, it will be a nice addition for plenty of people that like these kind of cars. Though I was looking for the 2014 championship, I don't think we have any of the cars from that year on this game, so yeah, whether or not it can be used effectively against other cars, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure some people will enjoy it, which is fine by me, because yeah, it's all about variety as far as I'm concerned, and obviously we can't please everybody, but I'm sure plenty of people will be happy with this addition to the game, because yeah, racing cars are always popular. Anyway, moving on to the next car. So yeah, this is the next car, the 1980 Fiat 124 Sports Spider. So yeah, I love classic cars like this in the game, and yeah, here's another one. So yeah, it's got a 2-litre inline 4 engine, naturally aspirated, and 102 horsepower, 110 pounds-feet of torque, weighing 2,310 pounds. So no, not all that much power, but neither has it got all that much weight. And yeah, I think it looks really, really good, and the stats look pretty decent as well. So yeah, this will also get a review like the BMW, so yeah, expect to see that soon. Moving on is another racing car, albeit a lot older than the Chevrolet. and yeah, it's a 1969 Ford Brawner Hawk number 3. So yeah, this has a 2.8 litre V8 engine, which is also turbocharged, and yeah, 680 horsepower, 391 pounds-feet of torque, weighing 1400 pounds dead. So yeah, interesting looking car this, with its aerofoils and its turbocharger, etc. And weirdly, it's only got one front piece of aerodynamics on the nose there. So there's not another piece on the left hand side for whatever reason. But yeah, we're going to take this out onto the track and see what it can do. So see you when we get there. So welcome to Road Atlanta Full. I'm going to take this round for one lap like we did with the Chevrolet, and yeah, see what this car can do. Certainly sounds pretty good. And having all that power and not all that much weight should prove good in terms of acceleration. Also rev to more than 10,000 RPM, which is pretty damn high. It shows how much more advanced racing technology was to road technology at this time. Because yeah, certainly didn't have anything even half as quick as this at the time on the road. Looks really rather interesting with its turbocharger, etc. hanging out the back. But yeah, in terms of acceleration, 0 to 60 in 2.530 seconds and 0 to 104.830 seconds, going on to a top speed of 188 mile an hour. Though if it had a better gearbox, it could do even more than that, because it only has a 3-speed gearbox for whatever reason. I guess that might help in terms of acceleration, which is obviously really rather quick. But yeah, the name, Brawner Hawk 3, sounds like an action movie sequel to me. The name's Hawk, Brawner Hawk. Well, obviously, we wouldn't say that like James Bond. Yeah, certainly one of the more interesting racing cars on the game. Certainly not one I ever heard of before, but again, that's why I like car packs on this game so much, because they're very rarely, or if ever, feature a car from the previous games, and yeah, a lot of the times I've never ever heard of them or even seen them before. So yeah, that's why I like having new cars to the game. Certainly ones that I've never heard of, because yeah, I like learning about new cars, and I certainly like learning about cars that are interesting like this. So yeah, pretty damn good car, and certainly a racer that could rival even the best cars from the era. So yeah, pretty damn good. So let's move on to the next car. And this is the next car, the 2014 Jaguar number 14 Emil Frey GT3 Jaguar XK. So yeah, this has a 5 litre V8, which produces 600 horsepower and 442 pounds-feet of torque, weighing 2,822 pounds. So yeah, stats wise, pretty damn good. Acceleration is solid, handling and braking is decent, and even the top speed isn't too shabby either. Yeah, this is basically the only resemblance to the original car is the body. Everything else is practically done up by another company. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, we're going to take this out onto the track again and see what it can do. So see you when we get there. So welcome to Silverstone. Let's see what this Jag can do. I actually think it looks more like an Aston Martin from the front than it ever did in its original guise, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, certainly a rather quick car. It's got a huge wing on the rear, as we haven't noticed, and with a rear diffuser and a wider rear end than normal. Will obviously help in terms of handling, which it obviously has, because yeah, it's really rather good. Obviously I'm not going to be able to show its true greatness, because I'm not the best in terms of driving racing cars, but yeah, in terms of actual acceleration, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds and 0 to 106 seconds, going on to a top speed of 180 mile an hour, which again is pretty good considering how much aerodynamic properties it has, forcing that car down, making it heavier the faster you go. So yeah, top speed is obviously not going to be great, but 180 mile an hour is still pretty decent, especially for a car that's more likely set up for acceleration than anything else. Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, just like any other racing car, it's not something I probably would ever use again, but yeah, again, I'm sure there's plenty of people that would appreciate its inclusion. And yeah, I'd rather be happy with a few cars and then several others be good for other people than all about being about serving me and not serving anyone else. But yeah, pretty decent, and yeah, I'm sure it'll feature in many people's garages for their race events. So yeah, let's move on to the next car. And the final road car that we're going to be actually doing a review of as well is the 2015 McLaren 570S Coupé. So yeah, got a 3.8 litre V8 engine, and yeah, 562 horsepower, 442 pounds-feet of torque, weighing 3,016 pounds. So yeah, I'll be doing a review on this because I have plenty to say about it for various reasons, but yeah, as you can see, stats wise it's not all too shabby. So yeah, we're going to be moving on to the next vehicle, which I'm going to be doing in Forza Vista because it deserves it. So yeah, see you when we get there. So this is the final vehicle, and as you can see, it's the other extreme from the BMW. It's a 2015 Mercedes-Benz number 24 tank pool 24 racing truck. And as you can see, the game is clearly not set up for something that's so big. I mean, this is the view that you get when you automatically go on Forza Vista. You have to go all the way back just to get the sense of scale of this kind of thing. So yeah, I had to bring it in Forza Vista really, because also the picture on the garage is also completely out of whack as well. So yeah, clearly not meant for the game itself, but it's again another vehicle that you haven't really driven or ever driven in a Forza game before, just like that BMW. So yeah, stats wise this vehicle is off the scale, quite frankly. We'll look at the engine first, because yeah, it's quite frankly got the biggest engine on the game at 12.8 litres, and it's an inline 6 turbocharged engine, which is absolutely huge. And it's also got 1,080 horsepower. Now that seems like a lot, and it is, but it's also a lot in terms of a car that weighs a lot. And yeah, weighs more than 12,000 pounds, quite frankly. But at least it has 3,685 pounds-feet of torque, which again is the most in any vehicle on the game. So yeah, huge amount of power, but also a huge amount of weight in something that is also really, really rather large. But yeah, this is a racing truck, so it would obviously be worthwhile to go take it out onto a track. So yeah, see you when we get there. So yeah, welcome to the Nürburgring GP circuit. I thought I'd take it onto a German track for such a German beast. So yeah, let's see what this vehicle can do, because yeah, I certainly can't go call it a car. Look at the camera angle on this. I can't see a thing. And yeah, it's obviously going to have a lot of gears because it is a diesel powered truck. Yeah, we're gonna have to go in car view because I can't see a damn thing. Oh dear. It's even got a control panel, etc. on the side. Because obviously there's a lot of things to monitor and power up on such a thing. But unlike a lot of race cars, practically silent. I think the only most silent kind of car you can find, race car anyway, is a Formula E. So yeah, you can tell that this game really was not set up for such a thing, because when you get into 10th gear it ends up covering up the braking bar on the speedometer on the right, which I'll show you when we eventually get to a straight. But yeah, in terms of acceleration, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, which is pretty impressive for something that weighs 12,125 pounds, and 0 to 114 seconds, and it'll go into a top speed of 143 mile an hour. I'll rewind that because yeah, I wasn't really concentrating. But yeah, 143 mile an hour is pretty damn good. I'm pretty sure the standard version of this could never do that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty scary driving such a thing at that kind of speed as well. But then again, braking it or getting it slowed down would probably be pretty scary as well. But yeah, I imagine they're doing actual races with this kind of vehicle, with several others of it as well, would prove to be really rather fun. Yeah, as you can see, number 10 there, gear covered up part of the braking thing. But yeah, still got to get used to driving this thing, because yeah, it is like nothing else we've driven on this game before, or on this series even. But yeah, it would be interesting to have other rivals to this Mercedes, because I'm pretty sure there's other vehicles like it that it goes up against. But yeah, I imagine the public lobbies are going to be awash with something like this now, and it will turn into an ultimate crash fest like it usually does anyway, but even more so with something that's actually decently fast. Yeah, I'm not going to hate on them for putting it in, because yeah, it's, again, making it varied in terms of the content in the game, and that's something that I'm a big advocate of. More in the game is better than, more variety in the game anyway is better than none at all, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, huge thing, and really rather insane in every way in terms of having it in the game. But yeah, that's all 7 of the cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yep, just counting them to make sure. Yeah, so a pretty varied track. More concentrating on race cars than other car packs that we've had. But, and even though, yeah, that doesn't really float my boat in terms of racing cars, there's still 3 solid road cars there. One that's, yeah, really rather interesting, another one that's a classic that I've really liked, and a supercar that a lot of people will enjoy anyway. So, yeah, varied and solid. Hope it's not the final car pack though, because there's still probably plenty more cars you can put in this game that would, yeah, be really fun to drive. So hopefully there'll be one out next month. Obviously wouldn't expect any more out after that, because obviously Forza Horizon 3 is out in September, which I am really looking forward to, and I hope you guys are too, because I will inevitably be playing it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this car pack, highly recommend it, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.